Deleted Station, December 10th, 1973. Now, good evening. Reading our book as you are automatically set up a framework and an intent. It focuses your attentions individually and jointly, and acts as a psychological set that initiates proper help from other aspects of your beings. Some improvements again have begun, barely noticed. The additional mobility in the morning, when a short while ago, Rupert would sit for an hour or more after breakfast while you brought him his second cup of coffee. Now he ordinarily moves about before he goes to work at his table, and takes less time to arrive here. Barely noticeable, you might say, yet very important, and an indication that inner improvements are continuing. Your performances that evening are of great value from both of your standpoints, showing Rupert the body's capacity for joy, while each of you used mobility of feeling to express your emotions in physical way. Following your work so far with the book, Rupert is learning to separate his body beliefs from his concept of rock-bed reality, to question them. Hence, the change in getting down into the chair. This on several levels is significant, for you have the first strong challenge to habitual body beliefs, with a resulting initial breakup of old suggestion given constantly to the body. More than this, however, in this one case, Rupert realizes that the body remembers how to sit down properly once the suggestion that it cannot is broken down. This reinforces older, healthier beliefs in the body's efficiency that were discarded before any symptoms appeared. The one instance, however, will serve as a pattern upon which other further improvements will develop. Relief and understanding in one area bleeds through into others, as before the belief in the body's efficiency also carried over. The experiment using feeling tones can be done in any chapter that does not have its own exercise. It is important also that you, as well as Rupert, look at your beliefs as beliefs. The book is so written that as you read it, you will pick up automatically those areas that most concern you, and even in the dream state, follow through so that answers are going to appear consciously and visibly to you. The developments just mentioned with Rupert represent an inner breakthrough of body beliefs that will automatically bring forth others. He is only now learning again the knack of consciously directing the body in the way he wants to. At a certain level, for what he is really learning to do is change the directions he has been giving it, for those worked very well. They resulted in such a legitimate picture of reality, however, that it was difficult then even when he wanted to step aside and alter the directions. These changes in the old picture, however, will serve him well. Anytime the two of you enjoy yourselves physically in lovemaking, you are reinforcing and reviving whole groups of healthy beliefs on many levels vital to each of you. Your reading of my book thus far is not superficial. You are assimilating far more than you realize. But many sentences can pack invisibly until suddenly they click to you and take on new meaning. Even sentences that you have read before. Your lovemaking joyfully reinforces both of your healthy aspected body images. Rupert's latest poetry is a way of encountering beliefs and also of invoking the most deeply creative aspects of himself and bringing these to the surface of experience. Now, unless you have questions, this will be a brief session. For much that I would say is in what you will be reading this week. Or you may, if you prefer, ask questions in other areas. Rob noted what's going on with his head for the record. Jane's head has been draining steadily most of the day. It had been bothering her even during the session. They said, "Give us a moment. The sinuses are draining, and the tension being drawn away from other areas of the body. This allows those areas greater freedom to relax. The condition, however, also raises body temperature." Rob noted, which Jane had noted. They said, so that certain necessary antibodies are released into the system that help clear the joints and purify the blood. These measures also greatly relieve neck and shoulder tension and increase blood flow in such a way that necessary cleaning takes place in precisely those areas where pressure has initiated trouble at other points. With this comes a lessening of tension, muscular tension in all areas, and also the initiation of certain hormones produced in times of normal healthy stress that help combat imbalances. Now, there is a difference between the normal action of such stress hormones in healthy periods as opposed to times of abnormal exaggerated stress. Give us a moment. Too much normal adrenaline, for example, places the body in abnormal stress that itself triggers. Finally, more adrenaline. But the quality of overproduced adrenaline has a different effect. Relaxed periods stop that overproduction. Then the kind of condition just mentioned initiates a new normal adrenaline, whose effects again are different. The body's chemical balance is changed. Scientists do not suspect the altered quality that such adrenaline action gives, though they recognize the negative effects of overproduction. In this case, also healing energies are rushed to the sinus and head-neck areas, from which in Ruber's case, physically, the symptoms originated through strain and tension. The condition should last only long enough to alter those balances. Till Ruber, the body knows what it is doing and to not fear complications. Do you have other questions? Ralph said, no. They said, has that one been answered to your satisfaction? Ralph said, yes, very good. They said, then I bid you a fond good evening and understand that you will continue your program. Ralph said, good night, Seth, thank you.